Do we need our sound so we can hear them?
No, that's fine. We're here for the first round. We have Dylan Coert against Bryan Horstmann. Bryan deciding to play standard because he needs points for nationals, I believe.
Yes, he still needs a couple of points there, so
Yeah.
hopefully he can pick up a few wins today.
Yeah, I think he picked up the Mono Challenger deck.
Yeah, he's definitely only playing that one. It's alright. I mean, it's not a bad deck.
I think it's the most valuable one. I think the model vehicles is the most consistent one.
Yeah.
I've actually played them a bit.
The problem with the mono red one is the fact that it only has one Chandra and one Hazaret. That makes it slightly less consistent.
Basically the vehicles one is the most complete in my opinion. They look about ready to start, so we'll get there now. Dylan is on a pretty sweet list, Sultai Search, as I like to call it, but it's the basically Azur's Gateway, Sultai with Mastermind's Acquisition to sort of search for your win cons either in your sideboard or mainboard. It's basically a ramp style deck with a bunch of controlling elements because he's splashing blue. And both players, I believe, waiting for the go ahead to start. The issue with the Mono Dead Challenger deck, which is sold out everywhere at the moment, is because it only has one of each Haymaker and it doesn't actually have Earthshaker Kendo in the deck. It's a lot worse than, say, the Mono Dead deck you'll see online, or if you had to just build it. I think if you wanted to grind out a couple of standard games, the model vehicles one is probably the best one to get.
Yeah, I think that's the best one. The black green one's actually also not too bad. I've seen
it has almost all the like actual black green cards that matter. It's missing ballistas, so
yeah, that only runs a one-off. So the best there is just like put 3 extra in, take out the Dream Stealer. Everything else is perfect.
And if you are a Channel Fireball fan, you would have seen the articles on these decks. So basically, we are almost reiterating exactly what they said. And Bryan off to a pretty aggressive start here. Turn 1 Hasty Creature into turn 2 Karizev. And Bryan just needs to lead Azur's Gateway. I think most people in the room would need to lead Azur's Gateway.
Yeah, it's not a very much played card. I think the only reason Dylan's playing is because he really likes the deck.
I really like the card as well. I think it's really powerful. Anything that taps from multiple sources of mana is a good card in my opinion. Might be a tad bit slow in this matchup. Because
so there is 7. Wow. Okay.
Dylan down to 11. So Mono Red, probably one of the best decks in standard at the moment, has been taking a bit of a downtick online lately because a lot of the decks that people were playing online were either blue-black Scarab God decks in terms of either the control version or the mid-range version, Grixis Energy, which is also basically a blue-black Scarab God deck, splashing red for a bit more removal.
And Dylan filling up his Azur's Gateway.
And he misses on a land drop. So there's a high chance he's actually just dead here. There's a lot of cards where Bryan's like, okay, you die.
Yeah, a lot of things just kill him right now. And that's
8. So it's going to put Dylan down to 3. And if Bryan has Lightning Strike, Dylan is just dead.
Let's see if he has it. He's got Magma Spray in hand.
Oh, and other tips, if you're going to buy this Mono Red deck, switch the Magma Sprays for Shocks.
Definitely.
And invest in Earthshaker Kendo. They're not exactly expensive.
Okay, that's game 1. Bryan up. Let's see what they're playing. Sideboard for Dylan is definitely putting in the Gifted Aetherborn. Moment of Craving.
Onto's Last Reckoning is a card I would consider, although meaning you don't untap is pretty bad. I think had he been playing against a normal traditional mono red deck, I'd consider siding in negates.
But yeah, that's not traditional, so I don't think there's really a point here.
Okay, apparently in Bryan's deck list, we see some modern cards that's leftovers on the deck list updated. We need to just refresh. Ignore the modern cards. Every standard card there is in his deck, excluding Fatal Push. And I think, as weird as it sounds, I think the challenger deck is favored by a lot.
Yeah, I think that in this specific matchup it would be favored. It is actually very aggressive, and I think Dylan's deck is slightly too slow for it. Post sideboard, he does have that extra life gain, so we might see some better
I
movements.
think
But
the way Dylan gets into the game here is he sees Yani's expertise, or he casts a really big battle at the bridge. Battle at the bridge it
yeah,
is
battle would
X.
be
Well, target creature gets -X, and you gain X life.
the other problem that we don't normally see with these types of mono red decks is that Dylan doesn't play any creatures early.
Yep.
So there's a big problem in the fact that Bryan doesn't have to exert any of his
And he obviously just at all.
creatures at
And
all.
he gets to side out his magma spray for better cards like PNLR goes wide. He doesn't need Key to the city because he doesn't need to be unlockable.
No, I think he probably just puts in the 2P and Nalar and takes out the 2 magma spray. The rest he can leave in.
I think the players are about ready to start.
They are.
Dylan on the play, pretty important here. Even if he wins this match, though, being on the draw against Mono Dead, regardless of how efficient the Mono Dead deck is a bit of a problem.
Okay, Bryan looks like he has enough lands. And he has Shock, he has Soulscar Mage. Dylan did get lucky and he drew the Gifted Etherborn, so we will see some longer game, like year maybe.
Yeah, and if Bryan has sided out these removal spells, which it's highly likely, that if Etherborn may stick around for quite a long time.
Okay, Dylan doesn't like it though.
Probably didn't have 2 black sources for his Etherborn. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that would be the if you can't play that on turn 2, then you know you're not gonna win.
I think in general, Mono Red has always really been effective for standard in recent memory. There was a brief case where we had Smuggler's Copter and Emrakul, and those decks were just too good for standard. That's why they got banned. At the moment, I mean, even Mono Red got banned. The bannings of both Ramnap Ruins and that stupid dino that every blue and white player hated.
Well, I mean, it was necessary. The deck was just too consistent.
In fact, more consistent than Team Energy against the rest of the field.
Oh, for a second I thought he was going to flip that Exiled card. That would have been a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Dylan's hand is not great, it seems.
Looks like a bunch of lands. Bomat also another reason these aggressive decks are doing so well, because just refills your hand later on. You feel like you don't want to waste removal on a 1-mana 1/1.
But it gets really
But
bad.
it gets really bad later.
Yeah. I've always been saying, it's like if you're playing against a mono red deck, you let that Bomat carrier hit you 3 times,
Then you
and
kill
as
it.
soon as he taps out for his 3 drop, you kill it. Because then he loses 3 cards, and there's no way for him to refill it, and he's down to like 1 or 2 cards in hand, and he's going to have a bad time.
I think it's accurate to something too. And Dylan looks like he's playing blue-black. I don't think Bryan has seen a green card yet. So Bryan could assume Dylan is on a blue-black controlling style of deck if this goes to a game 3.
Well, you have to remember that Bryan's also just a modern player. I don't think he knows anything about the standard meta.
That's a good point. Quite frankly, though, doesn't need to.
Okay, so that is...
Now Dylan's going to take 5 points, put him down to 13.
Yeah.
And Dylan still has not cast the card. Literally has not cast. He has cast 1 spell in 2 games.
He's clearly not having a good day so far. Hopefully it gets better later.
I think that is an island that he just played. An altered island. What
is he looking at playing here?
I think it's a
Yeni's
Yeni's expertise, which is pretty good here in this board state.
No.
Oh no, it's a battle after
For
digits.
3.
Deal 3 to it, gain 3 life.
That is pretty good. Back up to 16 for him.
The issue here is that Bomat's just gonna continue getting cards. And because Bryan is playing the so Bomat's now going to have 4 cards. And Bryan has the mana to toss his hand, which I think has a bunch of lands in it. And a shock.
It's gotta be an Alar, Lightning Strike.
Because I didn't see shock in his opening hand.
Yeah, he still has the shock. Okay, he has the shock, he has a Lightning Strike, it seems. So actually he's doing pretty well. He should now...
Like, if there is a wipe here, I would just sacrifice the Bowman. Okay.
That helps a lot. Unfortunately, the zombie that comes in...
I think both zombies are going to die.
Well, one zombie gets shocked now, the other one gets exerted, can't
block, and then he takes 3 from the Lightning Strike. And I think Dylan is very close to dead here.
If he, like Bryan has to wait so he can double prowess it in his turn. So he will go kill the one with the shock, Lightning Strike Dylan to the face, putting him down to 7, and then attack for 7 exactly.
Well, actually...
that would be the best play.
Well, Dylan is on 11 at the moment, so Lightning Striking will only put him to 8.
8. Oh, sorry, you'll leave him on 1. My math is bad.
So he needs to top take another spell. If he wanted to be mana efficient, he could shock one of the zombies now. Although putting him to 1 with the deck
he does do it that way.
I think it's just being mana efficient. That's a bit more of a modern player's perspective than a standard player.
I wish I knew what he just drew, but he does have a land. And he still has the strike, I believe.
And unfortunately for you guys, the hand cams are a bit choppy today. So
Sunscorched Desert.
So Sunscorched puts him down to 10. So yeah, your line would have won.
Yes.
I actually think he misplayed there by Lightning Striking the teacher when he could have made it unable to block.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So hits for 6. Puts his opponent to 4. The thing is though that Bowman's going to give him 5 cards.
Yeah. Well, which is nice, but I mean he could have been dead.
I'm not too sure how Dylan gets out of this. Probably going to have to involve a lot of spells this turn.
Yeah, well now of course again Bryan has the line of just eat the Bowman Carrier straight away, see what he gets, hopefully untaps or just damage in hand.
He does have a number of Braskas, or I think 1 Braskas content in hand at least. So that's going to put him up to 6 and stop 3 points from his opponent. Oh, another card that I do suggest changing in this challenger deck is get rid of that stupid Harsh Mentor.
It doesn't do much.
Literally does nothing in standard at the moment. The only card it affects is the Scatter Guard, and quite frankly, if I've gotten to that point, you're probably losing.
Yes.
6 mana. 5 mana.
In case it's another Hour of Promise?
Hour to get 2 creatures. Dies on board though. If it's Hour, you'll die on board.
Yeah. Well, it's not the Vraska's content.
Okay, it is another Hour.
Okay.
Maybe he has Moment of Craving in hand?
That would also be very good. If he does, he needs to eat the souls, like, well, the Crusher straight away.
Yeah, I don't think he can...
Don't even wait for the untap and the make it exert. Just kill it now.
Well, he's gonna get the City's Blessing. Not that that matters too much at this point.
Because chances are he's not alive to draw that extra card.
Yep. If he did have Moment of Craving, I do think the correct play probably would have been then to eat 2 creatures and gain 4 life. And here we are seeing Bryan drawing 5 cards. Gonna draw an extra card for his turn, so 6 total cards in hand. There's almost no way He does not have burn spells.
Oh, there's still 2 lands in his hand. That's
One colorless.
1 shock.
Okay, one shock, sorry.
And a crusher.
Oh,
Ooh.
he played desert, so he's actually on 5.
Okay, that's it. Game over. Exert, can't block, make dead.
So had Dylan gained 8 life if he had the way to gain 8 life? Actually, I'm not sure what was in his hand, why he left 2 man up.
Yeah, clearly it didn't make a difference.
Because the thing is, Hour of Promise does the same thing as Rascal's Contempt, except Rascal's Contempt gains you 2 life against his opponent's board. Because basically,
yeah, but
Hour of Promise gives you a creature that can't block, and then a creature that blocks the Uncrop Crasher. Which is the same thing as if you exile the Uncrop Crasher, and then you gain 2 life on top of that.
Yeah. It kind of works out the same way, so not too great. Yeah, I guess good on Bryan for getting that done so quickly.
It goes 3 extra points towards his
200
that he needs.
Yeah, and like let's see what happens next round.
Cool.